That's better, hey? Fuck, I spent so much money getting here this morning. It's like I'm been working for fucking free. So I don't know what to talk about, to be honest, but just then as I was having my cigarette, I was thinking about just using this night to upload all my footage. It's supposed to be a writing thing today, but fucking, how's this? It's fucking advertise a small coffee for fucking $3.70. No. I'm back at the piping. I'm still finding local random shit, so let's go have a look, eh? Of course. And of course, as soon as I start walking, one of my shoelaces is undone, so bullshit. Here, I'll show you. So that one's done, that one's not. But we're gonna keep walking. Shit. Somebody's house is there, so. Honestly do. Oh, come on. So I don't know what that is. Okay, here's the curve. So I came over from over there. Now it stops. Oh shit. I almost left that bike here. So it comes out under here. Interesting. That bed better not fucking swoop, no. Mm. So there's some more paths up there. I know you can't really see it. Creek. I'm assuming this is just more would lead more towards other people's property. I see another path there. But nothing there really. It goes all the way up there. More shit. So, and I just found this one. So I don't. Oh, okay. This just goes to somebody's back gate. I have to take a piss. Okay. So on the other side of Lad is like houses and stuff. So there's like a smaller part that kind of runs along there. I know you can't see it, but houses. So go down here. Nothing much. I didn't get vertigo from climbing that shit. Alright. Yeah, the batteries. Phone. remember, my lord. Let's see. Ah, come on, my fucking thighs. Let's go have a look, eh? Okay. Oh, fuck. Fucking saying it. G'day. G'day, mate.
pont pour passager et petit caca dans le petit pont. Ouais, mais la carotte, elle est remplie. Xavier va te faire reculer. Ah oui.
Oh, God. You arsehole. Just add the camera on him, he fucking runs off. Oh, sending a little. So, I'll explain what I am going to say. Yeah. Oh, shit. Sinking sand. What the hell? I ain't gonna go through where. To be honest, you can probably walk through this tunnel. Not, well, I just don't have the right shoes. And if I had gun boots on, you probably could. It's not much around. It's a bit of rubbish. See a wine bottle. Mainly graffiti's on the wall of it, of course. It's to be honest, I probably shouldn't be critiquing graffiti, but I just don't know enough about their culture. But so far, the only complaint that I've really got is why go to put all that effort in if people can't see it? So that makes sense. Just gotta watch out for snakes and shit. So I guess those giant fucking lizard stuff. So anyway, here's the tags and shit. It's like a little tire thing. Not much I can get to see from here. There's like a bike down there, but that's the only thing I can kind of make out. Nothing much else. But oh, that was fucking pointless, wasn't it? at that, another pathway. So, alright, let's see if I can go down without fucking falling. Snake. As you see, there's a dodgy pathway. There, but I'm not going to go that fast. So, I've not been down here before. So, okay, it's pretty steep. Fuck. Yeah. See if I get to cross it without fucking falling over. Oh, just realised that jumped on that rock. I did it. So on the other side, Illuminati style. So far it's just some canned soft drinks. Can't see much else. And I'm at the fucking park. So just remembered the spot. So walk around a bit. Oh, that guy was right next to me. Shit, he scared the shit out of me. Lucky I got this guy. Oh, arsehole. Oh, almost gave me a heart. I think he was there. Okay, so over there's the walking area that I was just at. In here is that sort of bike tracks and stuff. And this is where I wanted to have a look. May as well, because I completely forgot about it. So Manly Vale and all that, where I take the bus in the morning. And I saw this. This is what I remember. This playground up Magpies. Right, I'm gonna get spooked. So I don't know who. It's not a cancel thing, but I'm assuming like local residents and stuff are this up here. It's pretty cool. Like I hope the kids are having fun around this tree. So it looks like it's been used, or at least up here for a while. So good for them. So some more. See, like residents and shit. But oh, okay. I just found one more thing. You can't really see much. So it's pretty cool. Can't really get. Oh, you perhaps you could. Not trying to stay like. So, some urban exploring. I don't think I've ever been down here. It's part of Manly Vale. It's very suburbia. Very suburbia. Peaceful. It's got some Australian homes. 2 caravan parks. And remember what I said, guys. You see caravans on the street, bang on them and run off. See if anyone's living in there. Okay. Right, there's a basketball hoop and a bike. There's also a basketball to the ground. So, which is good for them. So, and now I'm gonna go more exploring. So, behind me is where those bike tracks are that I recently discovered. So, while I'm next to people's houses. So there's 2 swings. Yeah. On there. Pretty cool. Oh shit. Stepping in fucking mud. There's one more here. So, right there. Okay. Behind me there, it just looks like a fucking walking track. Not much there. And I'm gonna walk through here. So, fucking cobwebs everywhere. There's cobwebs everywhere. Yes, this is improv too. Okay, yeah, here we go. I can walk back through it now. Cigarette, you can beat the nicotine. So, there's like a machine box thing next to attached to a fucking tree. So, okay, the bush might be getting too thick for me. Yeah, it is too. Yep. Way too thick. Heading back. Nipple. Alright. See if they've improved the bike tracks, huh? Alright. see if I can jump that, okay? Alright. Fuck yeah, that's gonna be my James Bond edition tag. So alright, let's climb up. Oh, you cunt. See, this is what I mean by the bike tracks, guys. So, oh, it stinks too. Fuck. No. Alright, bro. Fuck, that area got overgrown. Overseer. Overseer. I was thinking about coming down here, but Such a ghetto park. I missed it. Right. See what the fuck this is, eh? Oh, it's a bed resting. Waste of time exploring that was. I know I should be filming other things, but so far recently all I've been doing is filming work. So anyway, what a waste of time that was. So I'm gonna venture back home. So all I've been filming lately is like me exploring random shit or going home. So that's the thing, because I was just gonna drop into the clubhouse again, but as soon as I got down here, I was like, no. But I've got like so much fucking memory taken up on my phone. Gotta spend the day clearing it, so so see what happens, okay? Yes, I'm outside work again, so today's it Wednesday. So it's supposed to be writing day, so when I get home this afternoon I'll try to finish up uploading all the links to my Google Docs thing. And tomorrow I've got 3 films under the so hang on, let me think. Taking a pic. So I've got what the fuck is that? There's too many people around on the side. I'm trying to think. So tomorrow's filming. So tonight I'll be focusing on writing. When I get home, I've got 3 films already edited. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow I'll be filming some vlogging. That's what I can do, yeah. That's what I'm doing tonight. Okay, so I'll be uploading the footage from my phone tonight onto my Google Docs thing. Tomorrow I can actually put in some time and effort in filming something else. Not 3 films, like 4. That's what I did. Did an experimental thing. So that's what I could do. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so I'll be uploading the footage onto my Google Docs tonight, writing. Tomorrow's filming day, film day, so I'm thinking about where I can go, where I can film and shit like that. That's what I can do, so I can at least film something, show something different. There's way too many people around there. I'm actually fucking hungry too. So where can I go? So I've got an idea of what to edit after the vlog that I'm waiting on now to finish up editing. I've got the next movie I did with my mate Wayne. I don't think it's gonna happen. I've sent him a couple of emails. I think he's just like, you know what? So that's the movie I've done with a lot of footage, the most amount of footage with. So hence why I just didn't want to do anything. So. Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't make sense to anyone. So I'll sit down and explain myself, like as if I was an actual adult. I don't know why I walked. I do. I was hoping there would be weren't as many people around. So tonight it's supposed to be a Riders Day, so that's what I'll be doing tonight actually. When I get home from work, um, hopefully finish uploading, which is not a lot, because I did most of it last night. As I'm writing and stuff, just writing some notes and whatever. Tomorrow is a filming day, so I've got 4 films on file. Is it 4? Yeah, 4 movies. I'm on file at the currently this clip. I don't think Wayne wants to do any more filming. I've sent him a couple of emails. He's pretty not punctual, but he always replies. So here's the movie I've done with him. I think I've got the most amount of footage. So he's next in line, just to kind of help clear up some space and memory on my computer. Once this current vlog, I think it's 106, vlog number 106, is said and done. It's said and done, which I've already planned for. If it works out, the editing stuff, the exporting, which I haven't checked since Sunday night, because it's such a so I started exporting on Sunday night because it's such a large file. I don't think I think that's part of the problem. Is when I check it, it kind of fucks it around a bit. So anyway, so I'm waiting till Friday afternoon to check on it. Then hopefully convert it. Converted. Then use Saturday to upload, and Sunday night just fucking bust out the promoting to it. Maybe Saturday, if it works out, Saturday edit Wayne's movie for him. Is it? Yeah, Saturday's a film day, so anyway, Saturday edit Wayne's movie. So I have it there ready to upload and go next week. What was I going to say? So help clear up the space and part of the plot. Yeah, so in tomorrow's film day. So hopefully I'll use the time because I've got 4 movies already, so I don't need to. The last 2 ads that I posted just didn't. I had people applying, but just didn't follow through. So it's not the creatively type of progress to be a part of. So, gave it a rest. Hopefully, because the scheduling of this job and all that, I've not punctually been able to divide the time on a punctual level, students level. Side note too, Google Chrome, fuck you, it's fucking lost all my information to my account, so my Reddit account's a loss, I got to start over again. So there's 2 Reddit accounts that I've lost, but at least I wasn't shadow banned this time, so I should have created a new one, another one yesterday, but I didn't. So I got to do that tonight when I get home too. No. Even though this is gonna fuck up my watch time uploading these videos. Right. Right. What's that? Shit, I couldn't film the wedding at dogs that fucking kicked in. Oh, I could eat something to eat. I'm fucking hungry. And I lost this fucking thing. Anyway, I might post another that tomorrow for another film, but that happens from time to time. No, there's something to eat. What a good song. Sure, I think they put it in the microwave, but ate it. And look, now it's gone. No more. One of those days, it's just the wind's fucking cold, and so I wear a hood instead of my hat. It kind of breathes more of the air in. But so Right. $10 of footage. So fucking boring, hey? I feel really bad repeating myself in these vlogs and stuff at the moment, but like I said, it's just fucking weird. So, on Saturday, last Saturday, the previous Saturday, this happened a few days ago. Did a movie, I just got it the onesie file, so hopefully I can fucking, it's not much, but that's ready to go and be edited, released to the wild. But, thinking about putting it in black and white, but see what happens. So tomorrow I'll be doing the Kill meeting, 6 as well. Might film something around there, I guess. Might take the camera and just film around North Back Gala tomorrow morning and stuff. Might do that. I should really think it through. But this is gonna be trimmed up at this moustache part. I don't. Fucking tired.
On Radio Santana, community grassroots radio for the people, by the people. I'm Jose Gloria.
And I'm Dylan Thompson, your host tonight.
We are indeed.
Indeed.
It's happening as a movement of the heart and of the mind. It's the energy of the universe that creates waves inside of us and all around us, which allows us to activate, motivate, then elevate vibrationally and intellectually towards love, truth, justice, and wisdom. It's happening in every which way.
It's happening as a culture of empowerment. It's sharing, participating, and learning by walking. It's a dream of what the world could be, but the future we want is only possible if we make it happen. So stand up, get informed, and fight back.
Fight back. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with us, so we thank you. Because of you,
it's happening!
We have a super duper show for you this evening. Tonight, super duper.
Cool.
Super de-duper. We'll be talking with Luis Vega from Accord, a local nonprofit organization, about its upcoming citizenship fair and the issue about immigration rights here in Orange County. And the fair will be coming up on August 29th. And our second interview will be with Scott, a.k.a. Scott Celtic Knot. And I believe Hema will be joining us, a.k.a. Hemisphere.
Hemisphere?
Ecosistema. That's right. They will be talking about the Silverado Film Festival. So
awesome.
Lots of cool stuff to be talking about in the second part of the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Making it happen.
Checking it. Check. What? Check. 1, 2. Probando. Sí. Bueno. Sí.
Sí.
I love those, like, when you get the DJs at the quinceañeras and stuff, and they're like doing sound check. Probando. Sí. Bueno. 1, 2. Sí. Sí.
They'll hit their high note too.
Sí.
Sureño.
Yeah. We're alive. There's hope. And another day here at El Centro with
the
It's
sun
Happening
came
radio
up
show.
today.
What?
There's hope for the future.
Yeah, there is hope, regardless of the dire situation.
Do we
can
have
find ourselves.
depressing news stories today again?
I think we're chock full of them. No, but you know what? What more is there to report about? I know.
Man.
I like the one we report about good stories, but no, actually we have some troubling conversations, but at the same time we can make fun of them. So
we try to find the silver lining.
Yeah, it makes us feel better about how racist and horrible some people and the world is
Good
in
times.
Orange County. Woo! Reporting Orange County. Hey, but we're turning the tide, and it's all of you that are listening, and it's folks that are here at Centro and all sorts trying to turn the tide. So it's another great show. We're gonna be talking about all these very important issues. So let's go ahead and dive into our top stories.
Top stories. Illness infection.
Top stories.
Illness. Okay, so
That's your
our first story of the day. You all may have heard it was kind of a controversial news story in the progressive political realm. Black Lives Matter protesters interrupt Bernie Sanders rally in Seattle. So this is a story from Vox, although a lot of different outlets covered it. So basically, a couple activists interrupted Bernie Sanders at a rally for it was some Social Security, and they basically got up to criticize him and his campaign, his followers, and basically the progressive movement as a whole for paying insufficient attention to issues of criminal justice and race. So the thing with this story is that the progressives and Bernie Sanders, he caters to the white progressive audience, which is all about economic issues and stuff. So they came to say why don't you focus on this other issue, like the racial justice and criminal justice that has been on the forefront of our news for the last year? That day was the weekend of the anniversary of
Ferguson.
All the Ferguson stuff, and basically they didn't talk about it. And when Sanders does, he kind of talks about it as an extension of economic inequality. And it's like, oh yeah, and if we fix the economic stuff, everything else will be fine, right? And I don't think that's necessarily true. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a good place to start. And so the interruption got a lot of the Bernie Sanders people pissed off. A lot of progressives didn't understand. They interpreted it as an attack against Bernie Sanders, who they feel is a natural ally of this movement. And while he does have an interesting record of civil rights going back in the day, but it's what about now? That's what's happening now, and it's basically an emergency. And the other thing I'm surprised about the progressive critics is that it's there's a difference between an attack and a critique. It's if you're immune from critique from your own side, and then that becomes a dangerous situation because you are insulated and so we should be able to accept and not get super defensive about getting rational critiques from our allies.
Right. And some of the things that they're bringing up is well, why aren't you disrupting Hillary Clinton, or why aren't you're doing why aren't you protesting all the racists that are in the Republican Party, that are coming out and saying all these gnarly stuff about Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, or whatever, that they're just dismissing it, the whole argument about racial, issues and whatnot. But something to be said is that you can't really disrupt the Hillary Clinton. They have the tightest security, Secret Service.
You can't even get in.
You can't, and same with the Republican parties, but it brought up a lot of different topics. But one of the ones that you're saying, and I think I definitely agree that sometimes white progressives tend to focus on no, it's an economic issue, it's a social issue. It's yes, it is, but you can't ignore the underlying racial aspect of it, and that's what this was about, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes there is no polite or best way to do it. It's just he did not come out with a full platform about Black Lives Matter until this happened. So
right.
in terms of did the tactic work? Yes. Was it the palatable? Maybe not. Will it always rub people the wrong way when they're all in support of one person and then one person starts saying, even if they might agree with what they're saying, automatically it's a mass psychology, right? Or group psychology, sure, where everybody will just turn on that person. And maybe some of the racial issues that they were trying to highlight, became evident in that. But these are your allies, potential allies. So I think there is a conversation to be had about, right way and best way, to do things. I wouldn't say like that this was the wrong way to do it, but I think that there could have been other attempts to make this, push for him to come out that might not have included that and potentially alienate people that are on the fence, that might be your allies, but they see that and they're like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I don't care. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little torn on the story, but I feel like
Big
it's
time.
kind of being hypersensitive in a way. Like, I felt like the crowd was super, like, white fragility mode.
Totally.
It's like, because they're like, this is like a racist country, and everyone's like, how dare you? And it's like, we're gonna honor Mike Brown, and they're like, we already did! We already did! Get off! Arrest her! Like the people are screaming to tase her and
know
stuff,
what?
and it's like, there's a lot of underlying racism there.
White people, we talk about race. Don't get fragile on us. Like, we still love you, but let's have a conversation.
It's
Right,
true.
Dylan?
Oh yeah, big time.
It's reality, Holmes.
Oh, yeah. And just
getting real.
one last point on that is like they're saying, oh, he has a long record of civil rights, and if he fixes economic justice, it helps you. So, but it's like, yeah, the white progressives enact policies, or they want to enact policies that they think will help people of color, but won't reach out to people of color and actually incorporate their ideas. It's like, oh, this is what we think is wrong, and we're addressing it. Relax.
Yeah. One of this, and just last point is that one of the points that he says is like nobody will be a better candidate than I will in pushing for these issues about inequality and institutional racism, and that's true, but that just doesn't say a lot about like the political climate, and so like. And what is exactly the way that he's gonna push it, right? And is it as far as we want him to push it? It's just not enough to say like I'm the best smelling, person in like room full of hippies, like where it's like no, you guys are all pretty stinky, and
Right.
that's not. It's like a lesser evil. No,
Sure.
we want you to be a champion.
Right.
You polish a turd.
It's a turd.
I don't know.
But it's a socialist
turd's a turd.
So
It's
it's
a turd.
it's a equitive turd. I'm just kidding.
Progressive turd.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Go into the next door.
And on that note, yeah, let's
Speaking of turds,
speaking of
flushing turds.
yeah, pushing through crap down people's throats. Streetcar rolls forward. Transportation agency commits $56 million to proposed Santa Ana to Garden Grove light rail line. So, in a bid to win federal approval and matching funds, a county transportation panel.
Monorail.
It's gonna be like Disneyland outside. Agreed Thursday to commit $56 million toward a new light rail connecting Santa Ana and Garden Grove. And so they're making this commitment for the new, this what they're gonna call the OC streetcar. It'll travel a 4-mile route in densely populated neighborhoods, carrying commuters, tourists, and shoppers to job stores in Santa Ana. So supporters say that it's a much-needed mass transit to car-centric Orange County. Brings much needed mass transit to car-centric Orange County. But the critics contend that ridership estimates of 6,000 people per day seem optimistic. And Tom Tate, OCTA director, and Anaheim mayor asked Thursday where these riders would come from. Tate, who cast the sole no vote, has long favored rubber-tire transit, such as buses, as more flexible and affordable solutions. And so this is from an article from the OC Register. And the prices are going to be the same: $3 for one way, $5, for all day. And just the point that it's just like underlying this all is like we have a very lousy, very, very, very lousy, to not say a profanity right now, but like OCTA bus ridership program that recently like got increased, a lot from one year to the next. Who rides those? Primarily immigrants, primarily folks that that are poor, and so like you're not. Why wouldn't you fix that? And why are we giving them the opportunity to do a new thing? Which, for all that they're saying that it's going to be this and that, in reality, it's going to gentrify the area surrounding this where it is, and it's going to be more geared towards tourists and not necessarily going to be, dealing with the needs of residents and community members.
Right.
So it is troubling to say the least. I do think that we need to figure out better solutions for cars. But I don't think that this is it. It's just like the light rail, like the you spend all this money and you and invest all this time and energy, and then and you just create another problem rather than fixing the original problem, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't think it's the best solution. I mean, while I think we should support mass transit, I mean, there's other ways to do it, and all the studies that look at when they were planning this, all of them show that it doesn't get good ridership. So it's like it doesn't serve that many people, and like apparently developers are basically buying up the line, the properties along the line because it's gonna increase those values, and it's gonna be like justification. So
Exactly, and so those are troubling things, and it's important for in the development, in the rush to modernize and to make this area the area of the future. To really think about what are the needs of community members. Third world Mexico has a better transportation system than Orange County. This is I kid you not. They have, like one of the biggest things, I spent a couple months in Mexico. One of the biggest hardships was like, I have no car. I can't get around Orange County because it takes me literally 2 hours to get somewhere where in a car it would take me 15 minutes. That is absolutely horrendous. And that issue needs to be addressed first before we, bring up another thing. That's clearly a gentrifying tool, and it's going to be geared towards the affluent folks and the tourist industry.
big time.
Big time.
Big time. All right. Moving on to the next story. Modern life is making dementia in your 40s more likely. So this is an article from The Guardian, and it's based on a couple studies looking at our neurological diseases and deaths in the last probably like 30, 40 years. So the first study is on a pattern of neurological deaths from 1979 to 1997 that found dementias were starting 10 years earlier, affecting people in their 40s and 50s. Another study showed that in many Western countries, most have doubled or tripled their neurological deaths. So one could argue that maybe we're just living longer, and so people would tend to develop diseases they wouldn't before because they would just pass away. But the study kind of shows that this has changed so much in the last 20 or 30 years that it points to environmental influences rather than lifespan changes, because we're living roughly the same or closer to that. And so in the past 20, so like what are the environmental causes? You could look at it like in the last 20 years, we've quadrupled our road and air transportation, which contributes to air pollution. We're basically constantly bombarded with electromagnetic fields and radiation from all the technological devices we use. And I say this as I'm looking at my phone and talking to this microphone. Like, who knows?
Staring at this computer screen.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is like there's a lot of changes in our food. Like there's different kind of chemicals and GMOs. Like it's almost like human life is changing at such a rate that we can't even measure how it would affect someone's lifespan, because it changes so much within someone's lifespan that it's hard to say. So it's alarming. I think we're starting to acknowledge how we affect the natural environment, but we are part of it, and so we're subject to those consequences as well. Right.
I'm feeling it now. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think you were displaying symptoms already.
Can you tell? Like,
What was that article about?
I had no idea.
Who are you?
What's your name again?
How'd you get in here?
I can't remember anything.
Oh my God, you kids!
Oh dang kids! I'm gonna be like that when I'm like, like in a couple of years. Anyway,
Pretty soon here.
Pretty soon. I'm already like that. Like these kids today and all their book and their trap music and.
Let it free.
Anywho. 7 key moments from the Republican presidential debate. So,
Oh boy.
Oh man, we could talk about this for a while, but needless to say, it was entertaining as much as it was like completely like terrifying and at the same time like it was damn good television. Like over 20 million people watched it. This is the most that have been watched in like recent memory. Mostly because they wanted to see the crazy stuff that Donald Trump was going to say. So, which is interesting how now the same aspect of why we watch a reality television is getting employed into, he's taking it towards presidential campaigns. It's not about the substance behind what they're trying to say. It's about the most extreme and points and what is going to be talked about and tweeted about the next day, right?
I'm so excited to talk about the story. Let's get into it.
All right. So number one,
man.
when Donald Trump raised his hand, they asked everybody to say, "What was will you back a candidate that's chosen if it's not you, and will you promise to not run as an independent contractor?" Anybody is opposed to that, and Donald Trump was the only one that raised his hand, basically saying like, "I'm not gonna be okay if I'm not elected. I want to be treated fairly, because if I'm the front runner, then I should be it, and and I might run independent." And that would be awesome.
Suckers.
Yeah, bust Ross Perot, right? No, or what was the other guy? Yeah,
Just does what he wants.
Yeah, he would split the vote and definitely hand it to the Democrats. Megyn Kelly asked Trump about his disparaging comments on women. Obviously, he talked about like she mentioned that he called women fat pigs, slobs, etc. And he made the joke like, only Rosie O'Donnell. And at which point, like, the whole audience just bust out laughing. Like,
Oh, you said Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh my God, yeah.
The joke's not even over.
Oh, this is so funny. Like, you felt like you were like at a roast or or a fraternity meeting rather than like a presidential debate. It was just troubling. When Chris Christie and Paul Ryan got into it, like they were quipping it at each other. It was kind of funny, but it was ultimately ridiculous. Marco Rubio compares his life story to Hillary Clinton. He's like, "Oh, she can't tell me about what it's like living paycheck to paycheck. I can tell her. If we're going on, resume, then obviously Hillary deserves to win. But we're not going out. We're going for the future." Bling! He's Mr. Drinky Water in middle of interview Magoo. John Kasich declines to hit Trump. Yeah, he just totally, it's like, hey, he's making up some good points. We can't just deny him. That was weird. And Scott Walker tackles foreign policy in the Middle East. And by tackling, I mean, he completely like sidestepped a question and didn't answer it. So
Got stiff-armed.
the takeaway from it moment was that the realest stuff was that, Donald Trump explained to 80 million dumbfounded Americans watching primetime TV that the system is a total fraud and that big money runs everything, and that even he thinks the system is broken. So that was the realest thing that he said for all the crazy stuff that he said. He was like, hey, I'm a billionaire. I gave money to all of the candidates, including Hillary. Why? Because I'm going to call him in a couple years and, ask him for a favor, and they're going to give it to me because that's how the system runs. He also talked about how, they asked him about how he's bankrupt. And he's like, yeah, the system's broken. I'm able to, apply for bankruptcy. Meanwhile, individuals and students in debt are not. And, how is that okay? But technically, he's never, never been bankrupt.
No, I don't
it's
like
the
him.
companies he's put his name with. I don't understand it really.
I hate his guts. I don't like him.
I hate him.
He sounds like Bernie Sanders, except that he's for the corruption.
Yeah, it's like if Bernie Sanders and Trump ran, they would be like almost the complete polar opposites, and that would be a good showdown.
Oh yeah.
If nothing more. But it's a big show, and it's just like watching like betting on horses.
Yeah, they're clowns.
And away they go.
And away they go. All right.
Okay, moving on to our next story. Oath Keepers plan to arm 50 black protesters in Ferguson with AR-15s for an open carry march. So this is from the Free Thought Project. And so this Oath Keeper group, who is local to St. Louis County, decided to do this demonstration when they came into town, like wanting to protect businesses. And it was kind of questionable, like, what are you guys doing in there? And the chief of police of Ferguson said, hey, you guys have to disarm, and basically illegally ordered them to disarm themselves. And so they got all pissed off because they know the Constitution, and they're like, no, actually in Missouri, it's an open carry state. There's nothing in the law that says that you can disarm us. So now then they just spent the night talking to BLM protesters about their gun rights and all the different issues that are happening in Ferguson. And so here's just a quote from the head of the St. Louis County Oath Keepers. He refutes claims that the group is racist, and he says that it's a moral responsibility of this group to protect the most vulnerable in society. So then when he was asked what he say to protesters in Ferguson, he said, the first thing I would say is Black Lives Matter. The second thing I would say is that the Oath Keepers there to protect your rights. We care about you regardless of all the lies the media and some other instigators have tried to propagate. Black Lives Matter, we care about you, we love you, and we are here to protect you. We love the people of Ferguson, and they deserve to be protected, and the St. Louis County Police are not doing the job.
I
So-
love you. You love me.
Let's get together with
AR-15s. So,
Yes.
like, I didn't really expect to hear this story, because I you know what, I don't know where the Oath Keepers stand. But if this is actually true, there's some good what they're doing. I'm kind of wondering like what the outcome of this march is gonna be, because like it's easy for white people to run around with guns and the cops just go, "Good job, you have rights," and then people of color do it and they basically like, "Get on the ground,
Yeah.
drop your weapons." So I mean, I'm hoping that this doesn't end poorly, but
you can't arm them. They'll shoot everybody.
Yeah.
That's like the classic paranoid type of reaction you get.
exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting. Their politics are all over the place. I mean, they follow Alex Jones a lot, which has some questionable, stances
Right.
on immigration and other stuff. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, but yeah, it shows the white privilege when white folks are able to flash their guns. But if black folks or brown folks were able to do that, and have done that in the past, they've completely gone against them, right?
Right. I mean, it reminds me of like the Black Panthers. Like they identified that the police were a threat to their communities, and they took up arms. Didn't use them offensively, but as a defensively, like to observe the police, to cop watch.
And it scared the ish out of.
And they didn't even know what to do. They're like, "Whoa, what?
Whoa.
Oh, they have rights? Oh my god!"
And COINTELPRO and all sorts of things to suppress them. But well, we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Keep us posted.
Oh boy.
Oh, Donald Trump promises to deport parents of U.S. citizens, also keep families together by deporting them all together.
Wow.
So, for as much as this is part of again, what fuels him is that fact that he says outrageous stuff and we all talk about it. But beyond Trump, this is what is really bringing up is the fact that a lot of people agree with what he's saying. And finally, they're like, finally, somebody has the courage to be able to say these things that we've been feeling as white folks for such a long time. So he released an immigration plan this weekend, where it said that it will prevent babies born in the U.S. To undocumented parents from U.S. citizenship, as guaranteed under the 14th Amendment. He also repeated a vow to end the Obama's deportation relief policies like DACA and DAPA. He would instead deport those mothers and fathers, he said. Trump insisted it could be done without separating families, a claim that, although he does not say so explicitly, would effectively mean forcing out children with the right to be in the U.S. if they wanted to remain with their parents. He said, "We're going to keep families together, but they have to go." He also said, "The government," what's the voice? The Mexican government has taken the United States to the cleaners. They're responsible for this problem.
They're losers.
They're losers.
I'm a winner. You're a loser.
They must help to pay to clean it up. We will not. Oh, that's turning into
It's like
Arnold
Arnold
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
We will not be taken advantage of anymore. And granted, he was also a weird one when it comes to immigration. We got to build a wall. We will get the brown people to build this wall.
Get out.
To keep them out. Anyways, so he's proposing tripling the number of ICE officers and mandating an electronic verification system for employers to check whether the potential hire. And he's also wants it been mandated that companies hire citizens first. That with all sorts of really just bizarre and crazy things that it just kind of really shows where some in the country are taking it. Their fear that they're losing their country. They're losing their their privilege. And that it's being invaded by these invaders that are rapists, that are murderers, and that are no good for our country. And it's crazy, and we can laugh about it. But when he's leading, the Republican candidates in the polls, and he could be the candidate, you're just like, what would happen if he were to get elected, or somebody even half of the crazy that he is? Right?
His campaign slogan is Trump 2016. Someone's doing the raping.
Someone's doing.
It's like what's that about?
It's probably him. I would suspect.
Oh, and then he talked. They talked about how he like there was this issue about him raping his wife, and he was like, yeah, or his lawyers were like, yeah, that's not possible. You can't rape your wife. And he's like, dude, you can. Like, you know, like, what are you
Plus,
talking
they
about?
settled in court, so she can't claim that anymore. So, you know, they handled it.
They
it's fine. That's justice.
Paid shush money, anyways.
Basically. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, like, he blames Mexico for everything. I'm just surprised at the level of, that people don't take any responsibility for what this government has done. Or like look at like what NAFTA did, and you know,
yeah, that's the biggest argument. We're a nation of laws. Oh yeah, except when those laws undermine other people's countries' laws, or like coups like the Iran Contra Nicaragua stuff.
Yeah,
that gets put in place to topple. Look at Cuba for a long time they were a terrorist or country, and now finally we've made amends. But before that they were like. Satan like on the planet as far as the U.S. is concerned. But
yeah, I mean, there's all this immigration coming from these different countries that we have actively destabilized their governments,
and as a result, folks
no
have had to
responsibility.
migrate.
We don't take any responsibility. Don't be losers. Like
you guys are losers. You're just jealous because America is the greatest. We need to get America to be great again. Yeah. Vote for me, you losers.
You losers. Okay.
Enough about Trump. I swear we're not talking about him again.
No, we have a ban on Trump stories
after this, for sure.
For the next 2 shows.
Okay.
Put that in the notes.
Well, I am most excited to get into the next part, and we'll talk about some part of it with Luis and the work that they're doing in the citizenship. But first, I want to welcome Scott and Hema from the Silverado Film Festival Committee. Is that correct?
That's right.
Give him a round of applause. Yeah. Hemisphere.
Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Scott Celtic not.
Yeah. Oscar Nudo Celta. Sorry. Go ahead, sir. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having us. So yes, this is going to be the 4th annual Silverado Film Festival, and we're both involved in planning it and promoting it. And it's going to be in the historic mining community of Silverado, which a lot of people don't know where it is. So we're in downtown Santana right now. So just east of Santana, we have Orange. Just east of Orange, we have Silverado. And it's one of the last communities that is along areas that are still natural. It's there's oak and pine forest at the upper elevations. And there's still a lot of open space, public land. And we really appreciate those areas, and a lot of them are under threat right now. And so we want people to visit these places, and yeah.
Right, and I understand that you guys also work with Naturalist for You and Joel Robinson. I know we've had him here on the show before, and where he does nature walks and things like that to promote that, right?
Yes, this year's theme is Santana. Mountains, River, City. And really, the Santa Ana River starts in the mountains, and then it's what gives life to the city, and it eventually drains into the ocean. And so we're connected to the mountains, even though we're here in the city, even though the river has been degraded and paved and trashed. It's still part of this ecosystem that needs to be healed, ultimately for our own health.
Right.
So during the film festival, I don't know if that's going to be a question. Maybe I already,
Go for it.
Anyways, so during the film festival, we're going to have different videos of about 10 to 20 minutes. A lot of people already turned in their videos, right? And we already approved some of them.
Yeah, so
we're also having musicians. It's going to be super awesome, because we're going to bring all this diversity that sometimes is not connected to this other diversity of natural habitat together. So it's going to be very exciting.
Cool. Definitely. A couple of things, right? So it is important to see the value of natural and keeping, places natural, for as much as we're just rushing to develop. It's why aren't we developing this? No, we need to keep this because it's part of what keeps us healthy, right? And the second thing is as well as connect bringing out the issue about the mountains, the river, and the city. And you're also all these films, which it says controversial films. Different ones, including the Sixth Border Fandango, the Fandango Fronterizo, where it takes place at the border in Mexico and the U.S. The International Workers' Rights Day, a video that documents May Day 2015. Protest against the DA, the Save the Lighthouse with James Castillo, Seeking Justice for Jesus Aguirre Jr., Self-Defense, Defend the Water, that's a video by Scott Celtic Knott, who is also going to be performing along with that awesome, incredibly sexy and talented group Salvajes.
That's right.
Actually, no, I was going to say Son del Centro,
Self-serving
but... No, and also, our good friends Son del Centro from El Centro Cultural are going to be performing, right? And there's also Wasted by Dwayne Peterson, Voices of Orange County, Beneath the Peel by Hannah McDonald, and the Santa Ana Mountains River City by you, Scott, a documentary on it, right? Perhaps
Right.
you could talk a little bit about your input into this.
Yeah. So there's a film. So I go back to where the Santa Ana River begins. So the river actually runs about 100 miles. So I go first to the first drops of water that go into this creek that turns into a river. And then I also document the damming, the destruction, the disrespect of the river, and just the general waste of water. And especially we're in a drought right now. I was telling people we were in a drought like before there was an official drought declared. If you're familiar with my work, it's like a big theme. There's another water issue. There's a documentary following the course of the river. There's also a music video. It's going to be the worldwide release of Self-Defense, Defend the Water. And water is mostly a public service. It's a public entity that runs it or mismanages it, as the case may be. But it's a very large untapped resource.
Privatized.
And so in a lot of countries, it's been privatized. And then once there's a monopoly, then you can jack up the price. And it's very profitable, very harmful socially and usually ecologically. And there's this company called Poseidon. So they're the god of the ocean. So I guess they own the ocean. And then they can sell it to us, except it's not profitable to desalinate ocean water unless the public subsidizes them.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to give us a service that we have already for more money, and they take a slice of money out of that, and that goes in their private account.
Right, that's what's happening in Garden Grove, right? Some of the stuff, and I know recently Nestle was kind of highlighted as an organization that is going into like Indian land where there isn't as tight regulation, and basically just going a free for all and taking out all the groundwater, and meanwhile pushing for the privatization, saying water is not a right, pretty much. Like it needs to be sold. And even laws like in Utah, where there's like you can't collect rainwater, so there's definitely a push, further to it. So it's great that you, out of all people, then like turn off the sprinklers, and all these different songs that you bring up to this issue is very real.
Hey, at least we still have air. I mean,
They're gonna,
yeah,
they just haven't figured out how to privatize that yet.
Yeah.
But it's definitely
is there a
coming.
god of air some corporation's gonna model after to sell it back to us?
Probably.
Probably.
So just before we leave that subject, what are the other consequences of like Poseidon coming in and running this plant?
Well, there are ecological consequences because they're sucking in ocean water, and then all the ocean life, the microscopic plankton, the algae, the fish eggs, it gets run through this machine and then just killed. And then they use an extreme amount of energy to pump all this water. So that's why we're not desalinating ocean water, because it can't be done efficiently. It takes too much energy. And then they make all these plastic microfilters to pass the water through, and then they have to keep replacing the filters. So then there's this buildup of all these salt encrusted filters that are not biodegradable, that have to be dumped somewhere. And then you have this super salty water. It's called the brine water. And then that's dumped into the ocean. And it's just this huge dead zone where it's like super salty, where they're dumping it. And so it's really not a green solution. and it's ecologically harmful as well.
Yeah, and it's incredibly energy intensive, so you're putting in all this energy to get in such a little thing. So it just feels like there's a lot other options like rationing water, like not wasting it. That could probably save us a lot more water, or be a better solution than this one, right? You're just solving a problem by creating another problem, right? So yeah, it's a lot of great stuff, and I think it's if obviously you guys are here to invite folks to come to this a film festival. It's going to be on Saturday, September 26th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Silverado Community Center. That's 27641 Silverado Canyon Road in Silverado, California, 92676. This is a family event. Donations are appreciated. There's free parking along the Silverado Canyon Road. So there'll be live music, healthy food from Baldo Restaurant in Santana, a question and answer with filmmakers. And so you're encouraged to bring your own chairs, food, blanket, etc. And like we said, performing live, Son del Centro, Salvajes, and Ska Celtic Knot. So
Live performances are going to be 6 to 7, and then at 7, we're going to start showing films. Last year, it did get kind of chilly. It's going to be until 10 p.m. Because it is where there's a slight elevation rise, so it's usually a little cooler. So folks should bring jackets. Even if it's hot during the day, it gets colder up there.
is there a website folks can go to get information?
Yes, SantaAnaMountains.org.
SantaAnaMountains.org. All right. Well, Scott, thank you so much once again. Scott, as folks know, he's been on the show before as a guest host because he is a wealth of information. He's like a walking encyclopedia. And he's also a very talented rapper. So, he just has it all. Multi-talented. And, of course, Hemisphere are my favorite frenemy. And I say it in the most loving of ways. And today.
Now it's public.
Now it's on the internet.
No, we work together a bunch, and she is, just one of the best organizers, in Orange County, and she really cares a lot for workers and worker rights, and the rights of all sorts of things. They've been involved in many campaigns over the years, Scott and Hema. So we thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
today.
for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, with that, we're gonna go on a quick musical break, and we'll be right back with Luis Vega from Accord. Stay tuned.
It's happening.
Defend the water. Autodefensa, hay que defender el agua. Cause they want to privatize it just to make $1. Acabando con los peces, las tortugas y las algas.
Now, watch all this violence against the environment. I'ma pick up a pitchfork and fight against Poseidon. Privatizing water, that's violent. Self-defense, defend the water, that's how I do. I'ma smash out the windows, make them patch them up with plywood. Shut down the whole industry of privatizers. They take a public infrastructure, turn it into private. Turn the profit, take a profit, leave the ocean lifeless. We don't trust the water quality in the tide pools. Gonna have to stage a clear water, Credence revival. We need the oxygen from the marine algae lichen, but you're sucking it up, and it's affecting the climate, pumping the plankton population through a meat grinder pipeline. It's an untapped market. Tap it, jack up the prices, and pump the product through every faucet, front yard, and fire hydrant. Pump the product through every faucet, front yard, and fire hydrant.
And we're back on It's Happening radio show. And we're going to get right into our second interview of the day. But before that, I think we heard in our break that Dylan, you're going to be featured in one of the videos from Scott Celtic.
Movie star,
Yeah, boy.
No big deal.
He's gonna be a cop.
Yeah, I'm an actor. I'm a man of many. I'm gonna be. Yeah, God.
Social
I'd
worker.
really have to get a haircut if that were the case.
Oh man.
No, come on, Ness, please.
Yeah.
No, but it's gonna be a star.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm gonna get your autograph before we leave.
Thank you.
Remind me.
Thank you for that.
All right, so Luis, who has a pretty impressive beard himself, Luis Vega.
Oh man, that was nice.
Let's give it up for Luis Vega from Accord here tonight. Say hello.
Thank you, everyone. I don't think I have this. I can get close to.
You just have to let it go for like 4 months and see what happens.
I'll try.
Yeah.
And I'll come back in a month and see what's up.
So briefly, you're with Accord, right? You're the citizenship coordinator. So maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm with Orange County Communities Organized for Responsible Development, which is a nonprofit organization, 501c3 organization. And at Accord, we do different organizing. And so I'm one of the 2 citizenship program coordinators. The other one is Andres, which I believe he came about a year ago. He came to the show and he shared some information about our citizenship program. But so what we do at our program, it's we organize citizenship workshops where we help and motivate people to apply for their naturalization process. So we prepare the whole application. We assist them with filling out the application. We have a legal team where we collaborate with the Public Law Center, which is the organization that provides us the legal expertise. They have attorneys on staff that they review the applications themselves. We also provide pictures, photos, just to put in the application, and copies in case they need copies. So we provide everything. We also provide education material so that way they can prep for their interview. And also we offer free citizenship classes. So those are some of the things that we offer within the workshop. And just to recap, so basically the process, how it looks like. So you fill out your application, you submit your application. If you get approved, after you get approved, they send you an appointment for your fingerprints, and so that takes about 2 weeks after you submit your application, from 2 weeks to a month. After that, you go to an interview where you have to take the test. So the test consists in 100 questions, basically civics, history, and government of the United States. So that's like the basic component of the interview, but they also review the application. Now, if you have been a long time resident, you may qualify to apply and take the interview in your first language. Just give us a call. I'm gonna share our phone number, 714-621-0919, extension 13. So that's where you can call us if you have further questions. And so that's
cool. Yeah, that's a lot of services, a lot of information, all at once. So I think you said that who is eligible, right? Or I'm not sure if you. So it's you're eligible if you've been a resident for 5 years, a legal permanent resident for 5 years, or if you've been married to a citizen for 3 years. Correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So those are in order to apply for the N400 application, you need to be 18 years of age. And what you just mentioned, you need to have at least 5 years of with your green card, or 3 if you're married. Also, in regards to the 3-year rule, so your husband or wife or spouse needs to have, if they became naturalized as well, they also need to be at least 3 years, and you also need to be married at least 3 years. So in order to qualify for the 3-year rule.
I see.
Well, this is a little off topic, but if you're familiar with the history part of the test, what is that? I mean, how legitimate is it? Because it's I feel like the version of the history we get is pretty crappy. Who invaded Mexico and stole the land? Is it asking questions like that, or is who?
Yeah. So there's different parts. They break the history part in the once in the 1700s, the foundation of the United States, its independence, the Constitution, and then they jump into the history of the 1800s, and then the 1900s, and that's pretty much they talk about a lot of conflicts, right, in the different stages that the United States was involved, right, in different wars and stuff like that. So
there's plenty of that to cover.
to some extent, they it's just a few questions, right. But very very few, 1 or 2 questions in regards to the civil rights history, which I think we would like to have more of that, but it's just very brief, to some extent.
Accord as an organization, it provides that support system, because for folks that don't understand the process, it can feel really daunting and overwhelming. It's I gotta pay all this money, I gotta take the test, I don't really know English very well, I don't know anything about U.S. history, or very little, and you guys make the process a lot simpler, or more, not so insurmountable, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what we try to do, and Andres has done a really good work with motivating, especially the elderly. So if you're an immigrant, you probably understand that it's pretty scary to be taking an interview, especially at an immigration office in front of an immigration officer. So it's very intimidating. That's what we try to do in our classes. We try to motivate people and walk them through the whole process, not just the questions, but also like the application, the review of the application, and also what's it feel like, so that's what we try to do. I do presentations, information sessions about naturalization, and sometimes I ask people that actually were born in the United States, and they don't even know those questions. So I wonder if Donald Trump also knows those questions.
I don't know.
I don't know if he will be able to pass the interview.
It's actually some hard questions. I was reading through them and I was just like, I don't know who my representative is. Loretta. I don't know. But one of the things that is important to note is that why is it important for folks to become citizens? Why do you push that? And I know that this one is a little different in that it includes other workshops too, right? So that's two questions you can answer for us.
Right. Yeah. Well, first of all, as you already know, next year it's elections, November 2016. So we need to make sure that we elect a pro-immigrant candidate. And you guys were talking about Donald Trump and other candidates.
He's going to keep the families together, apparently.
Right. So we just need to be careful, and we need to be conscious about that. And hopefully we can motivate co-workers, family members, neighbors to actually become citizens. I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people wait a long time to apply for their citizenship. So I know that there is a lot of people from the 80 seats amnesty that haven't applied. They're ready to apply. So you need to motivate. So that's one, right? So elections, the power of the people to become civically engaged through the traditional avenue. And the other one is like the benefits, right? So if you decide perhaps to leave the United States for whatever reason, right, for vacations or something like that, if you leave for more than a year, then you are in the risk of losing your permanent status, because they give you your permanent status to live in the United States. Also, if you decide to retire, let's say in adult, so if you decide perhaps to leave the United States for whatever reason, right, for vacations or something like that, if you live for more than a year, then you are in the risk of losing your permanent status, because they give you your permanent status to live in the United States. Also, if you decide to retire, let's say in El Salvador, in Central America, and you want to get your full social security benefits, you will only get some percentage of it. You wouldn't get the full 100%. In contrast to the U.S., if you are a U.S. citizen, then you get the full percent of the benefits. So those are some of the benefits of naturalization. But of course, the most important one is that you can vote and also run for office if you think about it as well.
Yeah, and I mean, a residency they can take away for very many reasons, right? But for citizenship, for the most part, that's for life, right? And I know that there's gonna be some workshops that be done.
Yeah. So one of the cool things that we're gonna be doing this time around, we try to do citizenship workshops every 3-4 months, depending on the capacity. As I mentioned, everything is free, so we have limited resources. But a couple of the things that we're gonna be doing now, we're gonna have 3 workshops simultaneously when the citizenship workshop is happening. So we have a wage theft workshop. So if you want to learn about...
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but it's not going up. Fucking hell. I gotta wait till that just opens. I can bullshit, man. The world's against me. Or should I just fucking risk it and leave it? Oh shit. Fuck it, I'm gonna... Fuck it, risking it. I'm risking at the mall again. Nothing's fucking open. And I got 2 bananas for dinner. Here, have a look. It's really surreal being at the mall. I got told that there's weirdos that hang out here in the night, but this part of the mall, the car park, but nobody's here. Boys. Like shopping trolleys everywhere. Fucking everywhere. Shopping trolleys everywhere. I don't really see any weirdos though. I think my cousin's playing tricks on me. As Travis Pickle says, the weirdos come out at night. Oh, fuck, Centrelink's here. Yeah, bruh, Centrelink. Services Australia. Right. Yeah, bruh. 8:30 to 4:30 you can access the Centrelink. I mean, that's the customers hearing. Trolley person, but no weirdos though. No one. Why can't we all just be sexy baby? You know, as Travis Pickle said, all the weirdos come out at night. So, bro. He told me outside the car park at Woolworths. Oh yes. Can't see anything. No weirdos. Fucking bullshit. It's like I've been ripped off purposely. Spooky, to be honest. Spooky, spooky. Naughty, naughty. Fucking cars on. Nothing. Fucking nothing. Right. Right. What was that? Yeah, bro. Nothing. Fucking hell. Nobody's around, no one. Absolutely zero people are around. Corporate greed. Good stuff. My favourite rapper's Rick Hume. Oh, maybe doing that. It's not. I feel like Christmas tree. I really can't be like going towards them, like at all. Anyway, so I'm gonna go walk through the mall, see how far I can get without being kicked out. Let's go. And let's at the Woolworths section. Like shit, there are glasses everywhere. There's people at Woolworths, dude. Spooky as fuck, eh? For some odd reason I think I'm gonna get caught, stopped, and asked. See, if I was a kid I'll be able to get away with it. No. I see a white coat. Unless if I didn't have my phone out, I'll be okay. So far, so good. Oh, I saw a fucking rat. Oh, fucking rat. I just saw a rat. Fucking hell. Yeah. I just saw a fucking rat. I can't remember what it's called, but there is a YouTube channel around. And it's dedicated like empty malls or some shit. And that I used to work there for a while. It's colourful at night, to be honest. It's colourful. Fuck is that? Birds and everything. Are they high security at night or what? Fucking hell. Fucking public toilets are fucking closed, so. Fucking hell. I reckon, like, each mall has, like, its own, like, society or community thing. Its own organism phase. That makes sense. Well, nothing down there. Oh. People got their cars fucked up. Oh. Oh. Right. I can't listen. I'm still like half looking for like a homeless camp somewhere, like a society somewhere. Like I could. Well, anyway, so just in case if you didn't understand it before, one. Ooh. I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a YouTube channel. This bloke, like he walks around practically abandoned moors or just dead moors and stuff. It's really interesting. So I can't check it out. You'll be able to find it on YouTube and stuff, but so there's like a TAFE across the street. I had to take a piss. And a shit too. So, hopefully I can find some random shit somewhere. So that's the TAFE building there, Brookvale TAFE. And this is the old Brookvale Road, the old Pittwater Road, that's to say. Yeah. So, I'm not even going in deep with these places too, like that's the thing, like. Oh. So anyway, I just took a piss and I just found somebody's home, his bed. Fucking car park down there. There's a couple nice cars. But at face value, I don't see any like good value. See a small lady walking through. Lost birds. Oh, that'll be normal though, because what? It's a bit late, like Colin. See, feeling his bike riding through it. Nothing really. Well, might have to start nothing in the back. Yeah. Absolutely nothing going on. Nothing. I'm gonna head back. And I'm gonna have a cigarette as I do it. If I can get one out. Yeah. So now that is a lie, but I don't know where that's coming from. So no random shit, no. So I'm outside the TAFE. So I'm sure the TAFE are security guards and shit. They show you no random shit. fine. Should not be walking on this. I'm not because initially I was like, so it's Friday. Yes, I'm back at work again. Some kid just approached me. Approached me in the past. So So obviously I'm outside work again. A couple things I forgot to do. I forgot to check my Facebook page. YouTube page with the watch time. It's just fuck it. I won't go into it. Second, I have not checked the editing software, which I will when I get home. Hopefully it's done. So block the sun. So hopefully I don't have that same problem as I had previously, where particularly large files that I've edited together, where I kind of open it kind of freezes it. So to be honest, I feel bad for that kid. I didn't want to talk. I'm a grown man alone in the park smoking a cigarette, and I'm not talking to some kid. He meant well, but anyway, but yeah. So hopefully it's kind of done by the time I get home. I'm finishing about 2, and now 2 o'clock. So I'll probably get home by bus and my walk and stuff by 3:30 the latest. So I might get a bit home early. I had my sister and her kids staying with me, so I think she leaves on Monday or Sunday night or something. So she'll probably stay at my parents for the next 2 or 3 days. So she'll probably spend some time with him before he goes. Look, I don't hate this job. I really don't, and it's happening to me again. I've got to quit. I probably would. I'm going to do what I don't do instead of waiting until the last second. I just crack it and go. I will. I'm going to start looking for work. Tomorrow morning, on the bus ride here. It's just so. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of it's me. I don't hate it. Like I could work here, but borderline financially not worth it. They can't provide the work for me. I can probably get by, alright, including this film money and stuff. So, part of the Reddit problems that I had this time is, I don't know what happened. My info on Google Chrome was saved up. It just fucking blanked. Everything's signed out. The auto save password thing wasn't working, so I didn't have the information about 2 Reddit accounts that I was using. It's working, so these times I should at least save it. So, which reminds me, I've really got to work on my admin stuff. Again, just, not there. I'll follow through on the work today, just may as well, just use my free time to kind of look for work and be better. Besides, yesterday afternoon, when I kind of made some sort of effort to scroll the Facebook pages and all that, I have been vaguely looking at some online sites for jobs and stuff, but shit happens though. Just tend to, I didn't bring in a book to read. But, who knows. It was fun. The sun's glaring at me. Cool, I'm looking at the ocean here. photos. So, fuck, I honestly can't wait to finish. Honestly, the good people, like, this place here they're actually good people. I don't hate them. Like, I can deal with them pretty much, but anyway, which reminds me, PayPal links in the description box, guys, so. Oh, shit, what happened to the other? Oh, just here. I've really got to quit smoking, guys. Alright. Come on. But I love you, you love me, you love you, you love me. Oh. Alright. Anyway. Alright. So some dude just cut through the bush with a bit of a walk around it. Random. Oh god. So anyway, look forward to the future. I'm not gonna quit. I'm, you know, just in the meantime, still fucking make an effort to at this place. You know, rock up, place up, sort of thing. But you know what I mean. So. But this Sunday, which is in a couple of days, I start here at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning, man. It's bullshit. It's gonna ruin my entire fucking mood. Fucking bullshit. I personally blame the Illuminati for that, but that's just me. No. Things change, things fall apart. Only love can break your heart. Boom, boom. But I should pray too. But and somebody's left their coffee cup here. I'm gonna use this in ashtray. Because I'm a homosexual. But getting up here, you know, I had that thought of like, you know, if I leave, don't come back, the end of the world won't happen, but financially I'm getting by here, but yeah, won't financially get ahead, so. Oh, God. A quick change and I'm off to fucking work, so. Whew. Unless I'm filming something a bit different for a change, but even though my battery's getting fucking sucked up. Oh, there's a puppy.